Bueno, in my everyday work, in my daily work, we need networks to work, and we work daily to create networks. Without networks, I cannot work. I'm not nothing. I am nothing. Bueno, Media B is a foundation. I created it in 2013 with the mission of contributing to educational innovation, inclusion, and equality by working with the B side of media, communication, education, and school-based audiovisual production, with the purpose of fostering quality education within the framework of the Sustainable Development Goals. We have collaborated with over 300 schools across Chile, training 5,000 students and around 450 teachers. Bueno, as I said, in our daily work, Media B considers the creation of collaborative networks essential, both for the design and implementation of our projects and from strengthening network among schools, teachers, and students. O sea, we need networks to work to create networks among Chile and among other countries that we work como a little bit. For example, we are partners of Plural Plus. It's an international young video that children and young people make about diversity and migration. And we also work with some schools of Spain. Bueno, beginning of our team. Our team, it's people that work part-time, and we're very diverse. The diversities that are more strength characterize teachers, actors, administrative, sociology, musicians, history of arts, differential education, history teachers, sociologists, journalists, researchers, and engineers. So without this difference, I think it would be a worse work. So we would not go be the best that we can without this difference. And also we need institutional alliances. We are very little, our Media B Foundation is a very little. So we need these institutional alliances to legitimize and strengthen to our work, expanding the impact of our projects and ensuring the sustainability. They are very diverse. For example, we have our Ministry of Education, UNESCO, Fundación Telefónica, Tremendas is a foundation of very young people, for example. Without them, we cannot work. And also we connect schools from different parts. For example, this is a school of Región de Valparaíso, Chile, and the other one is a school from Catalunya, Barcelona, Spain. Yeah. So through the network-based collaboration, we foster interaction among school communities, creating spaces where students and teachers can share experiences, make local realities visible, and strengthen local learning. Where you want to go? So children make audiovisuals about their realities, their daily realities, the local reality, and they share it with people from the other part of the world, and it's the concept that's called local. Yeah. So these dynamics, the relations between schools, help optimizing teaching practices through the exchange of experiences and the modeling of innovative pedagogical approaches. Since our beginnings, Media B has promoted spaces for collaboration, reflection, and dissemination among schools and institutions linked to the communication and education. Also, as I said, the alliances between different institutions, these collaborations enable the outcomes of our projects to circulate across educational, cultural, and technological networks of wide influence, strengthening institutional credibility and positioning of themes within the public, academic, and educational agendas at both national and international levels. Monas Castells, an author, says in the network society, the capacity to generate impact depends not only on the message itself, but also on its strategic insertion in relevant nodes of exchange and information circulation. In this sense, we believe the network based work fosters synergies among organizations with shared missions, optimizing resources, and diversifying dissemination channels. Collaborative networks strengthen the capacity for impact by amplifying each actor's voice through collective resonance. And the other thing is that we need social media for our work, for our daily work. For example, in general, dissemination of a project such as a school media observatory that we are working now, we implement two complementary pathways. The institutional platforms, the institutional webs of the different institutions, and digital social networks of them, which have become key spaces for communication and collaborative creation, especially among children and adolescents. Remember, we work with students. Platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook allow for direct interaction, immediately feedback, and creative appropriation of content. The combination of both pathways, institutional and social, enhances the visibility, legitimacy, and participation for each of our projects, integrating the formal projection of its results with the dynamic and situated circulation characteristic of contemporary digital environments. For us, working without social networks, social media, a community that you can grow with social media, it's unthinkable. They not only serve as tools for dissemination, but also make more strength interinstitutional communication and media digital literacy, challenges that demand ongoing study and collaboration with experts. As we work with media literacy, we as must have the talent of updating the technology. For example, years ago, you teach children how to be critics and thinking about the TV messages, violence messages. Now you have to teach them to be reflective about social media, and now, for example, about artificial intelligence, IA. So we work with them. For example, they make podcast, and also we must work with experts, with professionals about these issues. They also allow to us to promote and work within a global framework, thinking globally with acting locally. Finally, regarding artificial intelligence, we believe it must be studied, liberated, and critically examined, making the most of its benefits while remaining reflective and responsible if it's used. I don't know if in other countries, but in Chile, we have a very common slang or dito that it's pastry chef to his cake. So I think the more as very special thing of networks is that you work with people with different interested, different capacity, different abilities, and you must learn and be wise to respect them and value them. Also, for example, the things that a musician can do on his daily work is very different the thing that a journalist can do his daily work, and they both collaborate for a common project. And I think that it's irreplaceable. So that it's the issue, the most important issue of a network: to value, to respect, can have a good times with the different capacities and interests of the people that you work with. That is, thank you.